the people going to be in memorial? No, it's never. Thankfully, Pete isn't in memorial. No, it's never been a memorial wall. It's just events.
Happy events.
One or two things. Where's Pete? Where's Pete's then?
Bottom left somewhere.
So
Shabbat shalom, Stacey. How are you?
I'm alright. I hate local traffic. It's 50 minutes. I left at 5:30.
Yeah, I know. That's why. I left earlier. I decided, on Fridays, but when we get the connection, I actually will be working from here rather than. Because it does take a long time.
It's crazy. Well, it's such an I refuse to come down the motorway in the A1 on Friday afternoon. So it has to be the back streets. It's allowed to drive for 50 minutes. With no traffic, it can be less than 20.
I need to remind Jacqueline to include a link to this filter. Because we had it first week, but not since. Yes, we need
Oh, hello, Michael. Sorry, I'm not looking at you because I'm looking at the screen. And David, and Naomi and Liam. Hello. And Josh and Anna. And Jade is joining us as well. Hello, everyone. Nice to have you with us on Kol HaMoed Sukkot. Oh, I can see you actually in front of me. This is lovely. Big thank you to our Zoom and high-tech guru. Oh, who's that? Who's that saying hello to me? And I can't see him or her. Hello. Shabbat shalom. Oh, we've got someone lovely here. You might open the door for us when Shabbat comes in. Do you think you might want to do that? When we'll do a song, welcoming Shabbat, opening that door. I'll tell you when. And is it Dad? Sister, sorry, I thought you'd be too young, but I didn't want to. I know exactly, so it's better to call Dad than to call brother. Yeah. So will you do it with your brother then? Yeah? Lovely. A booklet, yes, we have it somewhere. And Shabbat Shalom to Nancy. And Shabbat Shalom to Jessica and Sue. And I'll try to arrange my tallit now. And I'm very happy woman because I've got no clock. Are we about to start now? I've got clock. Yeah, I just realized. Yeah, I forgot, That is fine. Just getting used to. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. And we start our Kol HaMoed Sukkot Friday night service with lighting the candles. It's a big mitzvah, and this mitzvah is given to Penny. It was a hard decision between Penny and Stacey or Penny. I just thought you look a bit too tired. You need to relax on Shabbat today, only because of that, Chair. Dear Chair, you've got enough responsibility on your shoulders without doing an extra mitzvah.
digging yourself out of the hole.
Yeah.
People who walked in darkness have seen a great light. In the past week, some have known sorrow or disappointment, but for some, the future looks far from bright. Let this Shabbat be an oasis of quietness. To the lonely, may it bring companionship. To the sorrowing, comfort. To the dispirited, courage. To all of us, peace of mind and hope for the future. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotov v'tzivanu l'hadlik pnei shel Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We'll start with welcoming the angels on page 2. On page 2. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And we continue with Ya Ribon Olam, acknowledging God's presence not only in our world, but the whole universe. Ya Ribon Olam ve'almaya ve'almaya, Antu Malka Melech Malchaya, Melech Malchaya. Avod Gevuretech ve'timhaya, Shapir Kadamach Le'achavaya. Ya Ribon Olam ve'almaya ve'almaya, Antu Malka Melech Malchaya, Melech Malchaya. Shevachin Asader Tzafra ve'ramsha, Tzafra ve'ramsha, Lachel HaKadisha, Divra Chol Nafsha. Irin Kadishin Uvenehen Asha, Chayvad Baram Ve'ofei Shemaya. Ya Ribon Olam ve'almaya ve'almaya, Antu Malka Melech Malchaya, Melech Malchaya. Rav Rivin Ovdaich ve'takifin, ve'takifin, Machach Remaya ve'zakef, ve'zakef kefifin. Lo yachye gevar shenina lefin, Lo yehul gevuretech bechushbanaya. Ya Ribon Olam ve'almaya ve'almaya, Antu Malka Melech Malchaya, Melech Malchaya. We continue with one of my most favorite Shabbat songs, Yom Ze Israel, on page 5. And this song is such an important reminder to us, for us, what Shabbat is about. And Shabbat is about Ora and Simcha. Whether you're Ashkenazi or Sephardi, you will say either Simcha or Simcha. And Shabbat Menucha. And Ora means light, and Simcha means rejoicing, and Shabbat Menucha means Shabbat of rest. So Yom Ze Israel, this day for all of us is the day of light, rejoicing, and rest. Yom Ze Israel. Yom Ze Israel, Ora veSimcha, אורה ושמחה, שבת מנוחה, יום זה לישראל, אורה ושמחה, שבת מנוחה, שבת מנוחה. ציווית פיקודים במעמד סיני, שבת ומועדים לשמור בכל שני, לערוך לפני מסת וארוחה, שבת מנוחה, שבת מנוחה, יום זה לישראל, אורה ושמחה, אורה ושמחה, שבת מנוחה, יום זה לישראל, אורה ושמחה, שבת מנוחה, שבת מנוחה. חמדת חלבבות לאומה שבורה לנפשות נכבות נשמה יתרה מנפש מצרה יסיר הנחה, שבת מנוחה, שבת מנוחה, יום זה לישראל, אורה ושמחה, אורה ושמחה, שבת מנוחה, יום זה לישראל, אורה ושמחה, שבת מנוחה. קידשת ברכת אותו מכל ימים, בששת גילית מלאכת עולמים, במצוא עגומים השקטו ביתך, שבת מנוחה, שבת מנוחה, יום זה לישראל, אורה ושמחה, אורה ושמחה, שבת מנוחה, יום זה לישראל, אורה ושמחה, שבת מנוחה, שבת מנוחה. And we continue with Lecha Dodi, another highlight in our service when we invite Shabbat in as our bride. An exciting moment. And I will ask the youngest member of our congregation here to open the door. There is a bit of a competition here, just to tell our Zoom members, as you can see. And the very last verse of I will call you. Lecha Dodi, page 6. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי כלה, בואי כלה, לך דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. And now we continue with Baruch on page 7. Getting that, we're not turning around. Baruch et Adonai, Amevorach, Amevorach. Baruch Adonai, Amevorach. Leolam, Leolam, Vayed. Please be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'arif aravim, bechokma potech she'arim, ובתבונה משנה עיתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה, גולל אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור. ומעביר יום ומעביר לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריף ערבים. אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נעשייה בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ומצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, נגה יומם ולילה. ועבדך אל תסור ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. We continue with Shema, the declaration of our faith. Please stand if you feel like standing, but it's okay to sit down as well. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevot Malchuto Leolam Vaed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובי שעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Please be seated. אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו, הפודנו מיד מלכים, הגואלנו מכף כל הארצים, ויוצא את עמו ישראל ממצרים לחירות עולם. וראו בניו גבורתו, שיבחו והודו לשמו, ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם. לך ענו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם. מי כמוך באלים, באלים אדוני, מי כמוך באלים, נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקיים לפני משה זלי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. And I will sing the next blessing after Shema, Hashkivenu, second blessing after Shema before Midah. The very first line, we will sing it together, and then I'll ask a volunteer to read it in English for us. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim.
Project myself. Hello, everyone. Grant, eternal God, that we may lie down in peace, and let us rise up to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace, guide us with your wise counsel, and for your name's sake be our help. Shield us from sickness and war, from famine and distress, and keep us from wrongdoing. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you are our guardian and deliverer, a gracious and merciful God. Guide our going out and our coming in, that now and always we may have life and peace. We praise you, O God. May your sheltering peace descend on us and on all who dwell on earth.
Amen. Ishikar, thank you very much. And now we continue with Amidah. Yes, you see Mike, the chair, and the rest of our congregation here standing. When you're on Zoom or Facebook, please feel free to stand or sit down. The main thing is to focus on the prayer and do it with kavanah, with intention. But what I wanted to say that tonight, obviously, we are still during the week of Sukkot, and we have a different Amidah, which you can find in Sidurim on page 383. 383. I still will give you some time to do it silently, because I think Friday night is one of those wonderful opportunities to really talk to yourself, talk to the Eternal One, to the God's presence, and face your soul, the beauty inside of you. When your mind might go away or wander around, just remind it that there are more things than our anxieties and worries. There is our beautiful soul, on things that are much more important to focus on, our lovely selves, our relationship with the world around us, and bring it back. If that doesn't work, then I prepared for you a slide which will focus us on the community. No.
When you said you prepared a slide, but you haven't given it to me.
I emailed it, but you haven't seen it. It's okay. Okay, so no, the slide is not going to work. It's okay, but the slide was going to be about the community. It was as a quote from Claude Montefiore. My fault. I should have alerted Mike to that. And it's about community. As we're now in the process of building relationships and thinking what sort of community we want to be. We've got this thinking time, listening time to ourselves, to each other, and gather together all the ideas, what we want to be. So that's where it might be a wonderful opportunity for you to think and write down some of your ideas. What community we are, and what community you would like us to be. That's an opportunity during the silent moments of the Amidah. So we will start it all together, then I'll give you some moment for silence, then we will do some prayers special for Kol HaMoed Sukkot in the middle of it, and you'll have some silent time at the end again. Page 383. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agiteilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agiteilatecha. We continue together on page 387. 387. Our God and God of our ancestors, be mindful of us and all you people of the house of Israel. Grant us well-being and blessing, life and peace on this festival of Sukkot. This day remember us for well-being. Bless us with your presence. Amen. And grant us renewed life. Amen. And we continue together on page 389. Shalom Raf al Israel Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Raf al Israel Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol Shalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol Shalom. Shalom Raf al Israel Amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Raf al Israel Amcha tasim leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך Shalom Rav al Israel Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Israel Amcha Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, Oseh HaShalom. We praise you, God, the source of peace. Please be seated. And we'll finish Amidah, but before we finish Amidah, we'll do a reading on page 391 for Kol HaMoed Sukkot. Stacey, can I please ask you to read it?
On this festival, we relive the experience of our ancestors in the wilderness. We are reminded of our dependence on nature. We realize anew how fleeting life is, how impermanent all that we build. But these thoughts do not make us despondent. They make us more appreciative of the bounty and beauty of creation. Though life is short, we know how beautiful it can be when we respect and share God's gifts. At this season, we rejoice that we live in a world which contains all that is needful for human contentment. In humanity and gratitude, we acknowledge our responsibility as stewards of God's earth and our duty to share nature's blessings for the good of all humanity.
Amen. And we will finish on page 390 with the prayer after the silent prayer. May the words of our mouth and the meditations of our heart be acceptable to you, our God, our rock and redeemer. Iyu leratzon imrei fi vayigyon libi lefanecha. Adonai tzuri, Adonai tzuri, vegali, vegali. And before we will continue with the concluding part of our service, I would like to do Misha Berach. I would like it to be a tradition for Friday night, but particularly for Kol HaMoed Sukkot, because it's time of rejoicing. It's time of joy and appreciation. And one of the things which gives us joy is a good health. It's difficult to rejoice when our loved ones are not well, or friends, or ourselves. So it's a great opportunity to support each other and think of those people who are close to us, who are in need of healing. So I'll give you now a few moments to think about it, and then we will continue with Misha Berach. Or if on Zoom you would like to say names out loud, please unmute yourself. Misha Berach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing and let us say, Amen. Amen. We continue our service on page 15. If you got the booklet in front of you or the link to it. And can we ask the brother? So what's your name? Ash. Ash, could you please read the Judy Chicago's poem as the prayer for peace on page 15, 1-5, prayer for peace. Do you want to come here? Do you feel comfortable? Okay.
Pray for peace, and then all that has divided us will merge, and the compassion will be needed to power, and then softness will come to the world that is harsh and unkind, and both man and woman will be gentle, and both woman and man will be strong, and there no person will be subject to another will, and then will be rich and free and varied. And then the greed of some will give away the needs of the many. And then all will share equality in the earth's abundance. And then all will care for the sick and the weak and the old. And then all will nourishes the young, and all will cherish life creators. And then all will live in harmony with each other and the earth. And then everywhere will be called Eden once again.
Amen. Amen, amen. And I would like us to finish our service today before we'll do our Kiddush in the Sukkah. Exciting. It's a beautiful Sukkah. It was just so lovely. Thank you so much to everyone who's with us on Zoom or Facebook who brought all the leaves and came and helped, particularly to the parents at our Sunday Hub. It was lovely to do it together. But before we will do that, we will continue with Kaddish. And we particularly are thinking today about two members of our community and their families. It's Lee Collis, who passed away this week, and Sylvia Green. We're thinking about their families, and we wish them a long life. And may the Eternal One comfort you among all those who mourn. You'll receive the details about the funeral, more details about the funerals and shivas on Sunday. Has anyone got a yortzeit today? Let's say it together. Itgadal v'itgadash shmei Rabbah, be'alma divra cheruteh ve'yamlich malchuteh, בחיי וביום איכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהיה שמי רבה מברך לעלם ועלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהיה שלום רב מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל בני אדם, ואמרו אמן. Please be seated, and the final song. And the final song as Sukkot is going to be Hinema Tofu Manaim, just reminding ourselves how wonderful for all of us to be together, and particularly if you're in your sukkah, or as we are going to be in the sukkah very soon, and even if you're not with us and you're on Zoom, how wonderful for us all to be together in spirit and connected despite the distance. הנה מה טוב. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, יא לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, יא לה 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 לה. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach. And now we continue our Kiddush in the Sukkah, and we will take our Zoom community with us there. I'll say Shabbat Shalom to Michael beforehand, and Nairi and Liam, and Josh and Anna, Shabbat Shalom, as well as David and Sue, Shabbat Shalom. Nancy, Shabbat Shalom to you too, as well as Alexander and Katie, Shabbat Shalom to you, and Jenny, Shabbat Shalom, and Jessica, Shabbat Shalom to you all. We continue with Kiddush. And David, I think I said David. Yes, David, one more time. Never mind. Better more times than none. Michael as well. Michael, did I say Shabbat Shalom? I did. Okay, we can go.
Sorry about that horrible noise.
Sorry, thank you.
It's all right.
It's a picture of me when I was younger. Really hot tonight.
ויקול השמיים על הארץ וכל צבאם, ויקללים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויבר גרים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא אלוהים הכפר.
אלוהינו מלך העולם, שבת קודשו, אחווה ובתון כלנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כאילו יום תחילה ונקרא קודש, זה יציאת מצרים. קיבלנו בחרתיו, אותנו קידשת מכל העמים, בשבת קודשך, אותנו חסון, אם קלטנו, אתה אדוני, מקדש השנה. אמן.
Oh, Howard, that's for sure.
I'm not sure it is.
Mike, do you want me to take over while you're over?
That's all right.
It's
all right. I have a spare hand.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam המוציא לחם מן הארץ. אמן. Shabbat shalom. Chag sameach. Chag sameach to all of us as well. We've got the challah. We've got the challah. Yay.
The camera's a bit shaky. It's because Mike's had a drink.
Yeah.
Maybe it was said
That's what Parliament does to you. It's
Right.
all the rejoicing.
Yes. A left-handed drink as well.
Oh, yes.
You're hearing Zoom in the show because I forgot to turn the speakers off.
So we can hear ourselves. Sorry, maybe I got just a bit.
How many people do you think are here?
You have the best people. You've been so good and did a mitzvah today.
On Facebook.
And do you want to take one for Ash as well? Just take the whole one then.
Yes. Take the whole piece and then break it up.
Don't break it up.
Yeah.
Just eat the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I said. Do you want to?
So Shabbat Shalom to our streaming community.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you for joining us. Have a great one. Have a rejoicing, joyful one. I forgot the words. I forgot the English words. Never mind. Don't remember the Hebrew, but I forgot the English words. Have a great one. Shabbat Shalom.